Once upon a time, in the beautiful realm of Asgard, lived the mighty god of thunder, Thor. He was famous for his great strength, his fiery red beard, and his magical hammer, Mjolnir. This hammer was so special that no matter how far Thor threw it, it would always fly back to his hand. With Mjolnir, Thor protected Asgard from the wicked giants and other evil creatures. But one morning, Thor woke up to a terrible shock. His most precious possession, his beloved hammer, Mjolnir, was gone. He searched all over Asgard, under every table and behind every throne, but the hammer was nowhere to be found. Thor was filled with rage and despair, roaring so loudly that the halls of Asgard shook. Thor's quick-witted and mischievous friend, Loki, heard the commotion and came to help. "Do not fret, mighty Thor. Perhaps I can find out who took it." Loki borrowed the magic feather cloak of the goddess Freya, turned himself into a falcon, and flew all the way to the land of the giants, Jotunheim. There he found the king of the giants, Thrym, sitting on a great mound. Thrym was smiling, and to Loki's surprise, he was polishing a large, familiar-looking hammer. "So you were the one who took it, Thrym," Loki said. The giant laughed boastfully. "Yes, I have hidden Thor's hammer deep in the earth, 8 leagues down, and I will never give it back." "What would it take for you to return it?" Loki asked. Thrym's eyes gleamed with a wicked idea. "There is only one thing I want. I will return Mjolnir if I can have the beautiful goddess Freya as my bride." Loki flew back to Asgard and told the gods of Thrym's demand. The gods were horrified, and Freya was so furious that she shook with rage, causing her magical necklace to snap. No goddess would ever agree to marry a terrible giant. What were they to do? The gods despaired, but Loki, ever the trickster, came up with a brilliant plan. "If Freya will not go, then we shall send someone in her place. We will disguise Thor as Freya and send him to Jotunheim to get the hammer back." Thor was not happy. "Me? Dress as a bride? Impossible," he grumbled. But he knew that without Mjolnir, Asgard was defenseless, so he reluctantly agreed. They dressed Thor in a beautiful bridal gown. They placed a heavy veil over his face to hide his beard, put Freya's necklace around his neck, and tied a bunch of keys to his waist. Loki disguised himself as Thor's handmaiden, and together they set off for Jotunheim. When they arrived, Thrym was overjoyed to see his bride. He prepared a huge wedding feast in their honor. But as the feast began, he noticed something strange. His bride was eating and drinking an incredible amount of food. He ate an entire ox and 8 salmon and drank 3 whole barrels of mead. "Why, I have never seen a bride with such a huge appetite," he exclaimed to Loki. But Loki, with a quick mind, whispered back, "Oh, my lord, the bride has been so excited to marry you that she hasn't eaten or slept for 8 days." Thrym believed him, but later he tried to kiss his bride and noticed her eyes were glaring with fury. "And why are her eyes so fierce?" he asked. "They burn like fire." Loki quickly answered, "She has been so eager to see you that she hasn't slept for 8 days, and that is why her eyes are so bright." Finally, it was time for the wedding ceremony. Thrym ordered his servants to bring the wedding gift, Mjolnir. "Place the hammer on my bride's lap so that our marriage may be blessed," he boomed. As soon as Thor felt the familiar weight of his hammer on his knees, his heart filled with joy and power. He tore off his veil, revealing his huge beard and furious eyes. He grabbed Mjolnir and with a mighty roar brought it down on Thrym, ending the giant's life with a single powerful blow. In that moment, the wedding hall turned into a battlefield. Thor, now fully revealed, used his hammer to defeat Thrym's whole family of giants. And that is how Thor, with the help of Loki and a clever disguise, retrieved his mighty hammer Mjolnir and made Asgard safe once more. And to this day, no giant has ever been foolish enough to try and steal Thor's hammer again.